All right, finally, we are ready to talk some Tiger football, and we've got members of Tiger football, and Alamogordo head coach A.J. Cisco is in here with us today. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, Charles. Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for being here. If you want to introduce the crew that you brought with you, all seniors today, right?
I did bring seniors. It's something we do every year. We let our seniors do all our radio interviews and stuff like that, get them exposure, let them get out there and let our community see the kids we've developed in our program. So today we have Sean Hayes, Aaron Cisco, Michael Audette, and Joaquin Cruz.
All right, guys, how are you doing today? Good?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Happy to have you guys here. Coach, I mean, boy, I think when I talked to you a couple weeks ago, you said it was like Groundhog Day. It finally feels like we woke up from that, right?
there's a light at the end of the tunnel now. It's been a long, long time. I mean, we haven't done this since November of 2019.
Yeah.
Sitting here and talking. So it's been a long road. Our kids have done a great job of staying motivated throughout all of this and continuing to show up and develop and be concerned about our program and going forward. So the credit goes to our kids in battling through all this. It's not been easy. I absolutely feel for every kid in this situation across the country or throughout our state that's had to deal with this. But our kids have shown up and know what they're supposed to do, and now they're going to get rewarded, and we got 5 games coming.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like you've had good participation when you've had the chance to work in pods over the last year or so. People have been coming out and doing the workouts and stuff. Have you felt like that the guys have come out and put in that work when they've had the opportunity?
Yeah, our numbers, what we were projecting for our numbers was about 120 freshmen up this year. We're down to about 80 right now. Through all this, we've lost some kids that we haven't seen in a long time, and that's going on across the state in every program. So we got a great senior class right now, and we got a great group of young kids coming through and developing. So we're excited about doing all this. I know our kids are ready to get out of pods.
I'm sure.
It's been a long time of doing the pods and then adjusting from how many people are in a pod to changing this and all those things. So I know our kids are ready for Tuesday when we get to go full pads and have an actual practice and lose the pods and then get ready for Saturday against Bloomfield.
Sean, talk about that, the opportunity to actually be in normal practice. I mean, is that what you've been dreaming of?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, we've been following the protocols since August, I think it was. June, yeah. So it's pretty exciting to actually be able to practice as a team and be able to at least hit somebody and not the bag.
That's what I'd ask is it just not, I mean, is it so much different? I mean, I thought football working in pods, it's really hard to be able to translate that to actually playing the game.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's just going against air with 3 other people in your pod. It's not realistic at all. So, it's pretty difficult to actually get a game feeling from it.
Aaron, I mean, getting the chance to actually do what you guys do, what's the excitement level for you?
It's hard to explain, honestly. We've been out of football for almost a year, more than a year, and just getting back on the field with the people I love to be around, I just can't explain it. It's amazing.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, first, I mean, working in the pods, I mean, do you feel like you've gained anything from that and working that? I mean, obviously there's some skills that you can work on. What do you feel like you've gained in working in those?
I would say pods are very good with kind of focal points on specific positions, but obviously we don't have the team aspect on that. Like Sean said, we can't just hit people. Hitting bags, completely different. They're not the same as the game. That's about it.
Yeah, but weight room, though, you guys have still been able to keep up with that the way that you would normally do?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. Joaquin, I mean, we were talking before we got on here. You moved in from Texas. Obviously, it's been a different world, obviously, coming in here to New Mexico. I would think your excitement level to get to play some football is off the charts right now.
Yes, sir. Honestly, I thought it was going to be hard moving, especially as a senior. I thought I wasn't going to have a football season. I'm just glad the Tigers brought me in the way they did, and I actually get to play.
How have you got a chance? Obviously, got a chance to get to know some of these guys. Has it been good getting to know some of the guys on the team?
It's been pretty amazing. Before football, I just came over here. It was boring at first, but when I got to meet everybody, it became fun.
Awesome,
exciting.
Absolutely, Coach. I mean, how much can you? I mean, obviously, you know about the guys that you've had on the team before in terms of preparation and getting ready for the season. Compare this to a normal year. How do you make the transition from what would be a normal preparation year to what you guys are doing right now?
It's not easy, and we don't want pity or people to feel bad for us. Every school in the state's doing the same thing as we are and going through the same issues we're going through. And in the end, it's all about our kids, and that's what we've sold to our staff and our kids is that everything we're doing is make sure you guys get this opportunity. Our goal this year is to play 5 games, and we're going to do whatever we have to play those 5 games. And we're going to reward our seniors who've been loyal to this program and developing this program to get to this point. But we're also going to make sure we develop our young kids so this program is ready to continue going forward in the future. But everything we're doing this year is take care of the kids, let the kids have this experience. It's what they've worked for, what they've earned, and we want to do what we can to make sure they enjoy it.
What kind of things have you implemented in terms of trying to obviously keep the kids focused and maybe in terms of getting preparation for the season going? I mean, what have you done differently maybe that you feel like maybe will help you guys as you get ready for the season?
It's been a lot of talking. It's a lot of selling points about little things that we can get motivated on. It's not easy. And as coaches trying to tell kids stuff and then it changes the next week, and we won't ever lie to our kids. So we tell them the truth from day one, and we've been honest with them since June of what the possibility of this was. And adapting and going through all this stuff is unique in its own way, but our kids are good. They're motivated. We feel like if we had a regular season in a normal year and got to train and do all those things the right way, we'd be pretty dang good this year. So it's a unique aspect. We really didn't start lifting weights heavy and get back in the weight room. Our school district let us in the weight room until I believe about September. And then we were in the pods, and you couldn't have spotters, and it's been a thing. So we've adapted. Our kids have worked their tails off in the weight room, and then in those pods, it's a ton of individual work, a ton of, like Mike said, focal points on little things, technique stuff. But we're going to turn them loose. Football's a contact sport, and when it's time to play football, we got to play football. And so Tuesday, these kids are amped up because we're going to turn them loose and let them go bang.
Sean, I mean, perspective obviously changes when you have so many things that are unfortunately taken away from you. What have you gained in terms of your appreciation of being able to be involved in sports when you think about football, you think about the other things you're involved in?
Well, now I can see I really took it for granted the other years that I did have, and now knowing that it could have been taken away from me, to really put into perspective that it's really important to me, and I think everyone else that was in the football program. So, yeah, it's a big deal.
What have you learned to appreciate most about the game? I mean, obviously being taken away, but your love of it. What is the thing about football that you're finally back, about ready to get into it, that you love the most about it?
Well, I played football since I was 10 years, so it's just really important in my life, and especially just seeing my friends every single day, the family, the bond that you build with all of them. It's really important.
Yeah. Aaron, I mean, we saw you just a couple weeks ago that you're going to be involved in cheer and going off to college, and that's another thing that you haven't been involved in terms of your appreciation to just getting back to some normalcy, going back to school, I'm sure, and various things like that. Talk about, the being able to be back involved with these kind of things again.
It's honestly, there's like not words for it almost, because whenever you're with people for 6 months to a year at a time, like, you build bonds with them and they become your brothers, and you have their back no matter what. If they say they need you, you're there. Like, it doesn't, no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael, I mean, how has your appreciation for getting to be involved in sports changed over the last year or so?
Oh man, I've been playing sports, especially football, since a young kid, just like Sean said. And as cliche as it sounds, I think the best part about it is the family aspect. It's crazy. We're all brothers. We all treat each other like, we're blood, and that's how we take it. If someone messes with Sean or someone messes with Aaron, they're messing with me. You know what I mean? We're all just one big family.
Awesome. Joaquin, I mean, you had a unique perspective because you watched your former high school football team in Texas get to play this year. Obviously, I'm sure that's changed your perspective on how much you appreciate the game.
Yes, sir. Honestly, like, the whole family thing, like they said, it honestly feels good when you make a big play and then you have, like, people cheering, you have your teammates cheering. And then even if you have a bad play, your teammates are there to pick you up and then until you get next play. Feels good.
Yeah. Well, Joaquin, talk about your position a little bit. What do you feel like your strengths are going to be going into the year, and what coaches got you doing this year?
Honestly, with the whole pods thing, honestly, I think that was good for me because, like, they had different footwork than what I'm, like, used to. But I'm just glad that I got coaches over there teaching me footwork, the plays. Especially coming in as a senior, I didn't know none of the plays. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure I get a good hang of it, so I feel good about it.
Michael, how about you in terms of your position and getting ready for the season?
So as far as, like, the pods, like I said, we're kind of focusing points on, certain things for certain positions. So I feel like on the little things, those can definitely be amped up, and they'll definitely put into work in the games, and that'll obviously pull up a win. Yeah.
Aaron, I mean, how about you in terms of getting ready for what you're going to be expected to do out on the field? Gosh, next Saturday already.
I feel like the pods were almost beneficial to us in a good way, because we got to pay attention to those details that whenever we're working as a team, we don't get to pay attention to, like my starts and release, my breaking off of routes. Like we got to break those down and make sure they were top tier before we moved into team, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Sean, obviously, I mean, the contact is a big part of what your game
Yes,
is
sir.
out there, but you obviously had a special year last year. Getting ready for this year, what's your mindset?
Just run the ball, hammer them. I get to play defense this year. Cisco's letting me, so I'm pretty excited about that. So, yeah, and then the pause let us work on real specific things, so I feel like I got better at just the little things, which is going to lead to the bigger stuff.
Coach, talk about the strengths of this group. I mean, obviously you talked about the senior aspect of it, and there's some leadership with it. I got to think you've learned a lot about these kids over the last year.
We got to see the resiliency, and we got to see them. And what you've known about this program is the development of what we're trying to do for kids is turn them into men of high character. And I think our kids really showed that and throughout this entire process to everybody, not just our staff, our school, but this community and this state of their resiliency. And not necessarily just our kids, all the kids throughout the state. I mean, this is a big deal for every kid in our state that gets this opportunity to do these things. We feel really confident. We had a pretty good end of the run in 2019. We graduated all our linemen, so that was a big hole for us to fill. And we had some young kids coming up that were going to be very good for us. And then we got blessed and we got a transfer in like Joaquin, and we got a couple other transfers in that filled some holes. But all of our skill kids from 2019 are back, so it's an exciting thing for us. We think we're not going to change what we do. I mean, we're going to line up and hand the ball off, and we're going to try to get physical and punch people in the mouth and play great defense and do those things. Nothing's going to change for us. I think we're going to be very sound. It's going to get ugly, and let's be honest. Football's not going to be very pretty for anybody in this state because of the lack of preparation that anybody's really got to get ready for it. But nobody really cares. And the guys I've talked to around the state, we all understand those things. And we're just excited for our kids, and we think we're going to have a chance to be a pretty good football team that's very physical, plays great defense, because of all the leadership we got coming back with our senior class.
Yeah. We got these four guys here. Who are some other guys? I mean, obviously you mentioned a lot of players coming back from last year, but who are some other guys we should be watching out for that are going to be important for Tiger football?
It's going to be a long list of names, man. We got this senior class is a good group that's gone through a lot. This is our first class that I've had for 4 years. My first year here, they were freshmen. Now they're seniors. Our quarterback's going to be Anthony Mello. We've got Michael Audette's going to play running back and DB for us. We got Brandon Luck, Emilio Maynes. We got Austin LaSalle's an overhang for us. We got a new kid coming in from Maryland named Radar McNeil. We got other linemen in, Daniel Collazo, Cody Rice, John Cunningham. It's exciting. We got Mike's brother John and Jacob Haley. It's an exciting group, and you're going to hear a lot of names from all those kids, and it might be not names that nobody's heard of from 2019 or 2018, but they're going to be names that are going to be important for our success for this year, and even our young kids, the success getting ready for the fall of 2021.
All right. It is senior year. All these guys are seniors. Sean, you know what's coming up for you after high school yet?
I don't know exactly yet. I'm still going to try to play football somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but I'm going to find a way.
So obviously the next month, if you can get some tapes out there to folks, that's going to be really important for you. Do you have an idea in college what you'd like to do, or still working that one?
I'd like to play running back, but I'll change whatever.
Oh, and I also mean like in terms of studies and stuff. Is there?
Radiologist.
Radiologist.
I think, but yeah, well, I don't know yet.
Okay,
we'll see.
Aaron, we know where you're going, but just in case somebody doesn't know, tell the folks where you're headed to.
I'm going to be attending Westcliff University in California to continue my academic career and my cheerleading career.
Awesome. And
who would have thought, right?
Well, hey, you talked about it when you were out there at your signing about how much you grew to appreciate cheer and all the folks that are involved and all the coaches, right?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever I first started sports, I had no intentions of being a cheerleader. I had no intentions of being a cheerleader my sophomore year either. And my junior year, I decided to do it and fell in love with it. I think people need to appreciate the hard work they put in, because it's definitely, I would say, it's just as physical as football, personally.
Yeah, the stunting and stuff that they do, absolutely.
It beats me up.
What are you planning on studying out there in California?
I'm going to study education. Okay. I want to be a teacher.
Awesome. Michael, what's your plans for coming up in the next few months?
Obviously, I would like to play football. Obviously, in college, I can speak for that, for everyone on the team, not just people in this room. I would also like to serve the country, just like my dad did. He did 20 years. That's also something I've been looking at. But as far as college, I don't know what I want to study. I definitely just want to play football for 4 more years. That'd be nice.
Okay, very good. And Joaquin, how about you, man?
Definitely football. I want to do football in college. Try my best, especially everything that's going on. But yeah, football. And then for studying wise, I kind of want to be a zoologist.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just like the study of animals.
Very good. You have an idea of where you'd like to go to college, or anywhere that would let you play football?
Pretty much anywhere,
Yeah.
as long as I get to play football.
All right, that's what you like to hear. And that's, Coach, I think that's what we've seen more than anything over the last few months is, how much the game means, whether it's football or soccer or volleyball or cross country, to these kids to get an opportunity to be involved in it, and how much it means not just for right now, but going forward. And, I mean, you could obviously speak to that for somebody that, played high school football, and it's been your life.
Yeah, it's and like you said, it's not just football; it's all the sports. And you look around, all the kids that are doing the training. I mean, we still got soccer's out there in pods right now, so it's encouraging to see this, the importance of it. The one thing about football that's different than a lot of other sports is when our kids are done playing football, they never get to play again. And if you're playing soccer, basketball, baseball, you can play that however old you are down the road and get involved in a league somewhere. But once you hang up the cleats, it's done. You never get to put a helmet, shoulder pads on again, and there's a true appreciation for that. I think that hit home with our kids really early this year. It's something that usually doesn't happen to our seniors till after the last football game, but I think that was something they came to terms with back in this summer when we first got our fall season canceled and started scrambling and moving forward and doing those things. And I think our seniors have handled it really well. They're going to be great people in the world wherever they decide to go and do things, and it's encouraging. You can see the appreciation. We don't necessarily have as many kids that want to go play college football every year, but they understand what they've missed out on, and they want to continue to do those things because they know they're never going to get an opportunity again after that.
Yeah. Sean, what are you hoping to get out of this next month? I mean, obviously playing ball is the big one, but you've grown to appreciate not having it. What's the biggest thing you want to get out of this next month of football?
Well, I want to win 5 games. That's the start. I just have fun, really. Just go out there again, get to play football. That's really the biggest thing. But win 5 games, yeah.
That's a good answer there. Aaron, how about you?
Like Sean said, winning it brings the fun automatically. But just enjoy it's my last year playing football. I'm going on to a different sport. Just want to enjoy it with the people I love.
All right. Michael, how about you, man?
Obviously, go to state, win all 5 games. That's something we all say here. Create a stronger bond with everyone. And then obviously get tapes for going to college. That's something I really want to do, and that's what I want to push for this year, especially as a senior. And our season basically got cut in half, so hopefully I can push that through.
Okay, Joaquin, how about you, man?
Obviously, winning 5 games, just picking up the tempo, smash mouth football, no matter what.
Yeah, I bet you were glad to come into a system that they just want to hand off the ball and let you guys up front do some things, right?
Yeah, honestly, because back in San Antonio, that's all we did. Well, where I was. And honestly, that's the reason why I was afraid coming over here. Because, usually everybody else, they run pass. And thinking about me with pass, I never really worked on pass pro. So I was that was my only biggest problem. But now, since I don't have to worry about it, now I can just keep playing my smash mouth football.
There you go. Get to be physical like you wanted to. All right.
He's at a triple option school.
Wow, so at a triple option school,
yes,
yeah.
Sir. We always had to go to the linebacker safety. So we had to run.
I bet you liked it when you saw a linebacker or safety right in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Offensive linemen always like it when there's a linebacker or safety headed or getting towards them. All right, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to hopefully what's going to be a fun month, a fun 5 games, and you guys are going to see some good football teams over the next month. And the biggest thing is, gosh, we're just happy that we're getting to see this happen.
We are, and I know our district is working hard to find ways. I mean, it's going to be unique, and it's next Saturday is going to be different. I mean, there's going to be a football game, and we tell our kids, and they've heard this since they walked in here as freshmen. At some point, the ball gets kicked off, and football's football, no matter what. But it's going to feel a little weird when there's nobody in the stands and nobody's around, and there's no pregame music or any of those things going on. So it's a different atmosphere, and I think I can kind of equate it to if you go to Ruidoso and you're playing at Ruidoso for pregame. There's nobody there and there's nothing going on. Our kids got to do that a couple years ago. But football's here. It's exciting. I know our district's going to stream it for all the fans. We'll have that information out for them, how to watch the game, how to watch all our games throughout the year, this season. And just this community needs support, and whether they're watching it on the stream or listening to you, be supportive of our kids, of our program. They've been through a lot. Our community's been through a lot, and we want to do whatever we can to bring some pride back in this community, some excitement, some normalcy back to this community through some tough times.
Guys, good luck. We hope it's a fun season for y'all, and look forward to watching you all season long. Good luck this season.
I appreciate it. Thanks, sir.